All right, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Yakwakwadah Shabbat and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity, Shalom. And this is just gonna be a rant, and it's about Eve, man. And Eve have helped another nation destroy her own nation, man. And this is why our nation can't flourish with in this society, man. You know. And of course, through the black men, we don't need Eve, but the reality that it is that she helped the enemy nation succeed in conquering our Israelite men, and our men in general, and she had a hand in it, man, you know. And one thing I noticed that the Edomites, they have used Eve to the fullest extent of her ability, man, and they have done everything to provide housing, to provide support, to basically give Eve a feeling of her own success over the Israelite men. And she has been greedy, she has been selfish, and ultimately she has think herself to be above the Israelite men, the black men, so-called black, and she has laid bodies behind her as she go through massacring her own people, man, and not just that, she's very selfish, man. Instead of thinking about her people, instead of thinking about her kids, all she can think about is herself, man, and this is how our nation has been brought low, man, because of this damn woman right here that you see on the screen. And I understand not all Israelite women have these traits, man, but majority of them do, and eventually Eve is gonna pay for what she have done, man. Eve is wanted in the spiritual realm, man, Eve is wanted in the spiritual realm, and she's gonna have to pay for all her wickedness that she have done, even her witchcraft, and there's gonna come a time to where Yahweh Shai, he's gonna send forth the death angels and spirits of vengeance upon this place, man, and they're gonna be targeted at our nation, at Eve, man, and of course at the sellouts and at the wicked, man, the wicked men of our nation too, cause not just Eve, man. A lot of our nation has been selling out to Esau, Edom, man. Has been promoting folly amongst our nation. Has been, Eve and other Israelites have taken our majority of Eve and other Israelites has taken heed of Satan's ideology against our people, man. To party, to live it up, to smoke weed all day, and to work, man. This is why our people are so complacent, because they indulge in of course alcohol isn't wrong, but they indulge in other things, in witchcraft and in sorcery, man. In smoking weed, and weed makes you complacent. Weed makes you when I used to smoke back in the world, man, I used to be against the Edomites, man. It makes you want to be loved by all people. It makes you want, and it puts you in a passive state of mind, man. You know, and a lot of people think that even our nation, they think that weed just came from the earth. Of course, we can use it, but we're not supposed to smoke it. It's supposed to be a healing herb, man. And you see today, man, these women, they cope with these things, man. they cope with vapes, man. You know, as well as our men, but mostly our women. Cause every time you damn near turn around, you see a fucking woman with a vape in her hand, or she's rolling up some damn weed, man. You know, but they use these things to cope, man. You know, and our nation has used drugs, has used all types of substances and physical things and to cope, man, in this society, man. And our nation really hasn't healed from its trauma, man. You know, and of course this goes back to slavery. You know, and of course we're not gonna fully heal until Yahweh Shai shows up and the kingdom is planted on the planet Earth. You know, but this woman has done what's the word, nutrocities to her nation, man, and wipeth her mouth and said she has done no wrong, you know, and has blasphemed, has boasted against the Most High as well, man, saying that God is a woman, you know, indulging in witchcraft and all types of sorceries, man, you know, and it seems like no justice is being formed against how evil and wicked this black woman has done to our nation, man. You know, but soon come, vengeance will be the Israelite man's, man. You know, through Yahweh Shai, man. Because Yahweh Shai is coming with pain and he's coming with suffering upon our nation, man. You know, upon our evil and wicked nation. You know, and of course, Yahweh Shai has used an Esau as a whipping stick to our nation, man. But this damn devil has a hand in it too, man. You know? And he's going to be put back on his belly as the snake he is, man. You know? But Esau has used our people to the fullest extent of their abilities, man. As men being entertaining, promoting homosexual activity, promoting a gangster spirit, diva spirit, you know, promoting harlotry, I mean, if that's even a word, but promoting harlots amongst our nation to where our nation can't fully repopulate or build, man. You know, and this is all done through Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, ultimately. But think about it. If Eve was on our side, man, would this be truly hell? You know, will we truly be in hell, man? If Eve was on our side, you know, you come home, have a good cooked meal. You got if Eve was in order, man, you'll have 2 to 3 wives, man. Financially, you'll be stable. You know, you'll have 12 different kids, man. You know, 12 kids. You know, life will be great for the Israelite man, but for the nation of Edom, the nation of Edom, of Esau, man, they'll be surrounded by Israelites, man. You know, especially if we taught our kids about them being Israelites and them being better and over, we will be a great threat to the nation, man, to the wicked nation, man. You know. So of course he played it smart and he went after the weaker vessel. He went after the vessel that looks at jewelry in different colors as being beautiful, that can be kited and connived into doing mischief, you know, and eventually she ended up destroying her own nation, man. You know, this is why Yahweh Bashim Yahushai says, through the woman we all die, barely paraphrasing, man. You know, because the woman has destroyed our nation, man, and she will pay. She will pay for every ounce of blood that's spilled, every wicked thing that she have done. She will pay, man. You know. This is hell, man. This is really hell, man. You know, and these women, they don't get They don't get to be they don't get to be accountable in this society, man. As Esau has stated, man. You know, these women, they're not accountable for the things that they have done to another human being, to another man, to a man of foremost, man. Back in the ancient world, these women was in order, man. You know, they called their husbands Lord, man. You know, they didn't speak out of turn. You know, they wasn't shaking ass and twinkling of the foot, man. Putting on some damn high heels to go out and party and bullshit. And this is why these women are lesser vessels, man, because they'll party and bullshit and wait till 30 and 40 when they start getting wrinkles and start getting spoiled to try to be with somebody, man. But they're all used up and they look like shit, you know? Like Fresh and Fit always say, man, men age like wine, women ages like spoiled milk, man. You know, and that's true, man. These women, they'll party and go sleep around when they're young, man. You know, from all the way when their hormones kick in, all the way to their 30 or 40, man. You know, and they'll look like shit after, man, and then they might try to come back to you, man. But at that time, at that point in your life, man, you don't want her no more, man. She's all used up. She's done what she wanted, you know. Now she wants to be stable and have a stable life and have kids and whatnot, man. But her box is used up, man. You know, it's no more tightness, you know, in there no more, man. You know. But Esau has done mischief, man. You know, and this devil will eventually pay, you know. Through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, we win. We get the victory. At the end of the day, they can scoff, they can mock, they can come down with all hell, you know, and throw a damn temper tantrum, man. But as long as we have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, we win at the end of the day. We get the victory. We have the last laugh, man, through Yahweh Shai, the beloved Son, you know, that has came and has redeemed us, you know. Back to the Father through him, man, you know. So at the end of the day, man, we win. They can laugh and mock and all the way until the missiles hit, man, and burn their asses, man, you know. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is about balance. So all the suffering, all the pain, all the things that we have seen and went through our and seen and suffered with our nation, it has to be repaid for the amount of pleasure and witchcraft and haughtiness and mirth that these women and men has been put through. The wicked, man, you know. We can't just go through all this hell and think, and then on the other side, yeah, they get burnt up, but it's like nothing, man, you know? No, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to turn up the heat when those missiles hit, man, and they're going to feel every ounce of their decision-making, man, you know, that they have done, man. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not going to let the wicked and let these women get away with the wickedness that they have done, you know, and they just get burnt up into ashes, and you know it takes 2 seconds, man. No, man, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna let their ass fry, man. She's gonna eventually fry, man, in that lake, man, that's coming, man. You know, and to hell with them, man, because they have done evilness to their own nation. They had no mercy, no pity whatsoever to their own nation, and they have took advantage of the Israelite man being in captivity under the heathens, man. You know, and to be honest, man, the 2/3, man, you know, they're lost in the sauce, man. They're lost in the sauce. They think this is living, man. They think that we're just some great people, which we are, you know, through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we are a great people. But the setting we're in, the state that the Israelite man and the Israelites are in right now today in captivity is not good. Not at all, man. You know? Not at all, man. It's not good. You know? This damn devil, man, you know, has he's gonna reap what he sows, man. You know, he's gonna reap what he sowed, man. He sowed evil and death into the earth, man. He's gonna reap death and destruction, man. You know, after we come down with them bodies from the chariots, man. Them immortal bodies, man. He's gonna reap death, man. That's all he's gonna be, man, is fodder for death, man. You know, as well as replenishing the earth and cleaning up the damn earth, man. You know, but Eve have a lot to pay for, man. You know, and I'll be damned to see Eve make it out, you know, and be fine, man. You know, make it out untouched, man. I'll be damned, man. You know, for this woman has done evil against our nation, and nobody has speaked up for her accountability, man. Has aborted our nation's kids, man. You know, has done all manners of wickedness to our men. You know, and then not just that, our men are loving men. Of course, we have a aggressive side of us, but when it comes to women, man, our men love women, and we take care of our women, and we make sure that that they have the best of the best, you know, to the best of our ability, of course, you know, and they have taken it, stepped on it, and spit it in our face, man, you know, and this is the same thing that we had done to the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. So it's only right that we get it done to us, man, you know. But eventually, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna renew us, and we're gonna come back, man, and reap vengeance upon all of our enemies, man. You know, we're gonna be renewed. We're gonna be made brand new. We're gonna come back and be weapons on the planet Earth of mass destruction, man. You know, these Edomites, they're not gonna be prideful, man. Yeah, you might have some that are prideful and say, I won't do it. But once you shoot laser beams on their leg or break their leg, you know, then they'll get right, man. You know, we're gonna put fear back onto the planet Earth, man. Fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You know, and Eve is going to be tormented, but she's going to be renewed eventually, man. And that's in the kingdom, you know. But she's going to be tormented on this side, man. To hell with these women, to hell with them for promoting this ideology of a death culture, man. Because that's what it is. It's death culture. There's no building. There's no kingdom-minded mindset in this damn death culture that they promote. All it is wickedness. It's death, man. You know, going up against the laws. You know, they don't this so-called black culture that everybody pushes, everybody's woke, whatever. They don't push nothing but death, man. You know, because going up against the laws, what does it cause? It causes death and pestilence and destruction, man. You know. So eventually they're gonna have to pay, man. And think about it. Look and see what Eve does with this so-called black culture, man. You know, she walks around in tight ass clothes, man. Hair looking like whatever, man. You know, bar hopping from place to place, club hopping. What type of mindset is that, man? And what type of nation building is that? How can our nation flourish from her going out and getting blacked out drunk and having sex with numerous of men, you know, and even some at the same time, man. And that's just the truth, man. And not just that, even some that has a men at home, man. And you got these men waiting for them to come back home, man. You know? Man, our nation is destroyed, man. And not just that, you have these younger women, and that goes for what I have seen with my aunties, daughters, and my own eyes, man. You have the auntie, the woman that goes out clubbing, partying all the damn time, even though she's in her damn 30s or 40s, man. And then you have the little girls that sleeps over at uncles, aunties, godmother's house, man, waiting for her mom to get back home, man. And she's seeing this now. She's going out clubbing, man. And she's only 16, man, 15, 14, man. Seeing her mom does that, just basically getting divorced after 13 years with her husband, man. After 13 years, man, these kids has grown up with their father in the household. Now, for some reason, he's divorced, and now you going out clubbing and sleeping with men at the club, man. Our nation is destroyed, man. And when it comes time, man, I hope Yahweh Bashim Yahushai destroy our women, man, in a big way, man. And I'm not gonna feel any type of way, man. Because they deserve this. And this even goes back to our grandmothers and mothers and so forth, man. Even though our blood relatives, man, has destroyed our nation, man. Keeping you away from the Father, moving damn near a different city and a different state, man, to keep you away from your father, man. Putting your father on child support is stressing him out, man. What type of life is this, man? And then not just that, being minded because you're getting incentives and support from the government that you think you can be bad on your own, man. While at the same time you're destroying your kids' life and future, man. The men doesn't grow up with the edge, man. They're soft. They're catering to the mama. They think that dad has done wrong. Nobody looks deeper into the situation about what the father has go through. The father has been looked down upon, has been pushed away, man. Has done all manners of trying to support the damn kid while the mother just pushes him away. And one thing that stuck to me, one thing that this guy has said, while watching the video, is like, after she puts you through all manners of hell and suffering, now she wants to be your friend, man. Now she wants to be cool, a cool mother, And this place, man, this place can rot in hell, man. Everybody can burn and fry as fish grease, who still wants to be in this place, man. I hope you fry as fish grease, man. And I hope that grease is fucking hot, man. Fuck this place, man. Fuck the Edomites, fuck everything, man, in this place, man. The Edomites, they're gonna get their just due, man. They're already seeing their kingdom suffering, about to go through WW3, man. All we're waiting is for Yahweh Shai to show up in the fathership to condemn this place, man. Because soon as he shows up, man, this place is already gonna be on turmoil, man. But even more when he shows up in the fathership, man, this place is gonna be done, And screw this place, man. Screw this society, that has been forged on witchcraft and sorcery and lies, man, and deception, This place is gonna get what it deserves, man. As well as Eve, man, and Eve, man. She's gonna get what she's deserved, man. Her just due, man. And I hope all the fucking animals come and attack her ass, man. Especially these wicked bitches out here that promotes that nigga mindset that has say she don't need them, man, because she got money. And she smoked weed all day and got purple hair, man, and red hair, man. You know, I hope spirit of vengeance come upon her so quick, man. You know, I hope she doesn't get away unscathed, man. And they won't. They won't, man. It's written in the scriptures. They won't. You know, as much as these stupid ass, dumb ass bitches go to church, man. They hardly even pick up the fucking Bible, man. And excuse my French, but they hardly pick up the Bible, man. A lot of women go to church, a lot of men go to church, and some of them, they never even pick up the Bible and read it, man. Only in church, man. And some of them, they'll come home, read 2 or 3 scriptures, not understanding what it means, and say, glory to the white man. This world is fucking stupid, man. This world is slow. This world is done, man. And I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to get the fuck up out of here, man. Dealing with these retarded ass people, man. Who worries about their damn job and getting the jump shot, and wants to work all day and night for the damn white man and his society, man. What about our society? What about what we had going on as Israelite men? Of course, we're under captivity, but this is the mindset you should have, man. What about our people? What about our economic and what we got going on, man? These damn stupid ass women and these men, they'll smoke their life away and be so complacent when it comes to their job, to where they don't think outside the box, man. They don't think why we're working for this nation, man, America, man. We're constantly working and not getting paid shit, man. And not just on top of that, we're not getting paid shit and not being able to afford shit. We won't be able to invest in generational wealth, man. To where we're just working our ass off we're just working to die, basically, man. We're working to die, man, because we will never have enough to feed 3 bloodlines of our grandkids down the line, man. We're working for us here and now, and then the next generation, they working for them there and now, man. They're only keeping us alive so we can have enough to survive, man, at this present point in your life. And nobody thinks about this, and if they do think about this, they don't really comprehend the state that we are in, man. And these women, they're so fickle and so stupid that they'll see fast food, nail salons, polish, all this, eyes of the pleasure, man. And pleasure of the eyes, man. And they don't think about how it's all a trap, man. Nails, putting on nails on top of your nails, putting on hair on top of your hair, wasting $50 to $100, man, doing hair and hairstyles and damn nails, man, which these other nations have made a tremendous amount of money off of our nation, man. People in these other nations have profited off of the backs of our nation for a very long time, man. And I hope and pray that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai comes back quicker and faster, man, to put these nations to flight, man, for everything that they have done, man, to repay them fully, man, with anger, with vengeance, man, in his heart, to wreak havoc on these nations, man. Fuck these nations, man. Fuck them, man. I'm so tired of these nations. I'm so tired of Esau and Edom, man. As soon as the elect men get spiritual powers, however we get it, man, we coming after, man. Fuck it, man. Let's do this, Esau. It's over and done with, man. You're not coming back. You're not bouncing back. You're not going to defeat Yahweh Shai in the air. You have nothing to lose, so throw your fucking temper tantrum already, man. Throw it already, man. Let's get this ball going. Let's get World War III fully kicked off, moving the armies to the Middle East, man, to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Yahweh Shaphat, man. Let's do this, man. Implement your chip. Come with it, man. Come with it full force, man. Because this place has done so much evil and wickedness into our nation, to where it's too much, man. Too much, man. You know, something has to give, man. And your ass is up for offer on the table, man. You know, no homosexual, but we gonna put our foot in your ass, man. As Apostle Ricard said, you know, we gonna put our foot in your ass, Esau. You know, for everything that you have done, man. You're gonna be repaid. All Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has used you as a whooping stick uh 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 for our ass, man. You know, and you have done your job, man. You have done your job. Kudos to you, Esau and Edom. You have done your job. Now it's about to be over. Now you about to fucking throw a fit, because your ass is next up onto the on the table, man. Your ass is being called to get that ass whooping, and we're gladly to serve it, man. You know, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna let us whoop your ass, man. And I hope you know that, man. You know, captivity is right around the corner, man. So throw your fucking temper tantrum and let's get this ball rolling, man. Let's get these nukes shot off, man. You know, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? Y'all still holding hands, you know, around the fucking table, man. You know, drinking kids' blood, man. Just come on with this thing, man. You know, as much as y'all are prideful and so high-minded individuals, man, y'all taking sure long to push this fucking mark of the beast, man. Go ahead and do this shit, man. Fuck it, man. You know, hey, what do you say? What do you say? Scorch earth, motherfuckers. Let's do this shit. You know, scorch earth, man. You know, let's go with it, baby. You know, but hey, we up on the table. We're gonna roll the next kingdom to come, man, in righteousness. Everything is gonna be put back into its rightful order, its rightful place, and let's go. Let's do this thing. Let's hit it off. You know. We don't got months or we don't got years no more, man. You know, this can happen in a matter of months, man. At the way it's looking, so. I like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Yakwadash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom.